A very good morning to all of you. Today we will discuss a major issue that is about the climate crisis. India can play a key role in climate cooperation. Students, first of all, we should know that what exactly is the climate cooperation and what exactly is the climate crisis. Climate crisis is a term that is used as describing that global warming and climate change and their impacts on our nation and on our worldwide. Climate crisis is a major threat to our international peace and security. India took on a key position on a world stage while assuming the presidency of G20. It is students. We should know about what exactly is G20. G20, it means that it is the group of 20. It is an intergovernmental form that comprising of 19 countries and one European Union. It works to address major issues related to the global warming, global economy, such as our international financial stability and climate change, and many more like as the sustainable development. India holds the presidency, and this we should know that India holds the presidency of G20 from 1st December 2022 to 30th November 2023. India will aim to provide leadership to a group of countries that comprises 85% of world gross domestic product and 60% of its population. In this sentence, the author says that this year India will aim to provide that will provide the leadership to that countries which comprises 85% of their GDP, which includes their 60% of its population. Doing so will require determination, vision, and courage. Today, Navroz K. Dubash, this is the name of author, writes that India must use its presidency. Author usually says that India should use its presidency. It talks about the G20, that is group of 20, to push for greater cooperation, that India needs for a greater cooperation to combat. Combat means to say to tackle the complex climate issues. Usually here the author tries to say that as India holds the presidency of G20, it is the major issue is the climate crisis. First of all, India should have to tackle these climate crises, which have a very much impact on our international peace and security. As a vulnerable nation and on the back of solidarity among developing countries to win an agreement to loss and damage the financial. India has the G20 at a time of serious headwinds. Headwind means to say India has G20 at a time of serious forward motion for the global corporation. On the back of Russia-Ukraine war, students, as we know that the Russia-Ukraine war, which was led on 24th Feb 2022, energy and food security concerns are mounting. That is, mounting means to say like energy and food security concerns are back. Signs of great power confrontation are on the rise, with China and United States edging toward a trade conflict. There is a heightened discussion of world refracturing into the trading blocks as countries scramble to ensure the reliability of supply chain. In this article, the author says that as when there was a Russia-Ukraine war, the energy and food concerns are like their problems are again backing there in their country, and there is a need for a trade. There is a very much conflict between the trade. There is a heightened discussion of worldwide heightened discussion that how we will develop our trade blocks as countries scramble. Matlab scramble means to say that put together to ensure the reliability of supply chains. It is the main work on the behalf of the countries to scramble to provide the supply chains. This agenda bodes ill for climate cooperation because it secures means to say it pressing out longer term concerns such as the climate crisis. Now the author says that one of the most big problem is climate crisis because reason is because climate cooperation requires a virtuous cycle where all countries are seen to be pulling their weight. What can India do as G20 chair to nudge this agenda? The author says that now as the presidency of G20, what the India should do. First of all, what India should do to press this agenda. First of all, the author says that India could use its presidency, that India should have to use its presidency on firstly to tackle the climate crisis, which is on the near the top of the agenda, despite competing issues. Rather to compete any other issues, first we have to main focus on the climate crisis. It is the main theme of G20, like a group of 20. It is the main theme of the G20 that one earth, one family, one future. Secondly, the call for high-level attention needs to be accompanied by the parallel iteration of the need for all countries to avoid backsliding on existing pledges. Secondly, there is a need to be accompanied. Accompanied means to get together. There is a need for all countries to avoid. This is important given that some European nations are reacting to energy security. While short-term compunctions must be real, lasting climate and energy security solutions lie in doubling the renewable energy and reducing energy demand. India should, students in this paragraph, the author says that India should continue to press the argument that the mitigation efforts should be proceed evenly across all fossil fuels, not only with the emphasis on coal. Like India should continue to press the argument. There is a need for India to press the argument that the mitigation efforts, that the strong efforts should be pressed evenly across all the fossil fuels, not only emphasis on coal. Not it is not that India should not only emphasis on the coal. Mitigating efforts should be on to proceed evenly across all the fossil fuels. India high-profile lifestyle for environment or life initiative sends an important message on sustainable consumption. Life focus on behavioral nudges such as taking public transport. India should also focus on behavioral nudges to push down the public transport more frequently because it is the one of the most component of demand side measures. And to pay the attention as the presidency, as India have the presidency, they have to pay the attention on infrastructures also, like as many or better buses, for example, and also the policy incentives such as subsidized buses paid for a levy on car insurance. And under India's leadership through life, the G20 could promote sustainable consumption through enhanced attention to energy use patterns. One term is used here, that is COP27. Students, on 20th November, 27th Conference of the Parties of the United Nations, their framework convention on their climate change, which concluded that historic decision to establish and operationalize a loss and damage funds. This is all about G20.